So in this video, I'm going to walk through why organizations should consider Power Apps and how you can totally digitalize or automate a manual process using both Power Apps and Power BI. So what you're looking at here, first of all, is obviously Power BI, but this data is actually coming from a Power App which we built for a client to essentially a daily checklist that the client wanted to complete, a different checklist for each day of the week. I'm actually going to go through that app right now, and then we'll come back to this Power BI report and I can explain how it all works together. So this is the app. I created a separate YouTube video where I went through this app briefly. We've added a couple of things to it, but this isn't, just to reiterate, this isn't an app that you download on the App Store. You download the Microsoft Power Apps, and any apps that you build or that you get someone to build for you will be within that app. So I've already navigated to the app within the app, if that makes sense. So this is the loading screen or your home screen. So you just click Start Your Daily Checklist. We always want to select who is doing the checklist. So I'm just going to call this Test. Automatically picks up the date and time, as you can see, which is very handy for tracking how long it takes to do the checklist, for example. We're actually working with a company that provides bus services, and they currently are using pen and paper to track data, for example, what time they arrive at their destination. So this is going to be very helpful for them because it automatically picks up the date and time. So bus drivers can't put in, 5 or 10 minutes earlier or later than they actually did arrive. So if you click Save, then you select which day you want to do the checklist for. So this client has a different checklist for each day of the week. So if we just click Monday, for example, that will take us to the Monday checklist. If your list of all of your questions automatically picks up the date, and then you pick completed if you've done that checklist or that task. And then also, as you can see here, if we want to attach in a photo, you can attach photo. And then you click here to take images, attach file, take photo. So you can attach a file, or you can upload a file, or you can take a photo. Use that, click Save it. That saves it, and then you keep moving through. And another thing as well to note is you can actually just go do something else and come back to this, and the data stays as it is once you don't actually fully close the app by swiping it up. Then when you're completed, you just click Submit Checklist, and that submits the checklist and you've completed it. I don't want to do it now because that will submit a checklist as completed when we haven't done one yet. So that's essentially how the app works on the phone. Very simple, very neat, but that's what it's supposed to be. So then coming back to the Power BI report, this is essentially where the data goes. So if the owner of this restaurant wants to view, for example, some of the images that we're taking on the daily checklist, they can filter for the day that they want to check. They can filter for the day of the week or the day, whatever they prefer. They can see straight away which employee performed the checklist that day. They can see, although there's 40 questions on the checklist for this particular day, there's only, I think it's four or five images that are required. So, for example, the first one can be right-click in this, open in a new image, and then it takes you to the image that had to be taken as part of the checklist. So not only is taking an image like that virtually impossible on a pen and paper checklist, which is what the restaurant was doing previously, you then get the option to then actually view those photos digitally on the go as well, which is extremely useful. And then obviously this client is based in Amsterdam actually, so these questions are in Dutch. But you can see here the date, the question ID, the question, and then you can see the answer if they completed it, yes or no. And obviously most of these should be yes. So just wanted to give a quick snapshot of how the two Power Platform apps work together. Starting off with Power Apps, you can build pretty complex apps in it, but you can keep it very straightforward, which is what we did in this case. We just built, your simple daily checklist app, and then we have a scheduled refresh in Power BI for that new data that's coming in every day to come into this Power BI report. And the beauty about this as well is this client is also has their financial data in Power BI. So we just created a new page within their report. We could have created a separate report, but we just wanted to keep everything in one report. Just created a new page for the daily checklist data. So again, just a lot more digital, a lot more automated, and it just gives the owner of the restaurant a little bit more, I guess, safety in that, yes, these tasks actually are being completed, and you can see that by the images. So yeah, I just wanted to give a quick demo as to how those two apps can work together.